What's up guys, how's everyone doing? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to get crazy features on your iPhone on iOS 18, no jailbreak required. Before we get started, here are some things to know. With Nugget, you can do some awesome things. And it's all without a jailbreak, which is pretty amazing. This stuff is pretty cool. However, it's important to proceed with caution when using anything like this. It's easy to enable a super buggy feature and mess something up. With the release of iOS 18.2, Apple patched this. So it only works up to iOS 18.1.x and also some of the 18.2 betas. Just gonna say it one more time, Nugget works from iOS 17.0 to iOS 18.1.x. This does not work on the release version of 18.2 because it was patched. It's also important to note as well that some features you attempt to enable may not work for you depending on what devices or iOS versions you try this on, and you're attempting this at your own risk. With all that being said, let's get into it. Go to the GitHub page down below in the description and download Nugget for your computer. ARM is going to be for the Apple Silicon M series chips, and that's what I have, so I'm going to download that. Make sure Find My iPhone is turned off in settings. Don't worry, you can turn it back on after this process. You'll also need to download your mobile gestalt file. Here's how to get it. Go to the App Store on your device and search for Siri shortcuts. Make sure to download it if it's not already installed on your device. Then go ahead and open up the Siri shortcut that's linked down below. Then add the shortcut and run it. Then tap Allow on this. That's just allowing Siri shortcuts to save the mobile gestalt file to your device. Then pick somewhere to save the file. From there, go ahead and find the file and then transfer it to your computer. For me, since I have a Mac, AirDrop is the easiest thing, but you can also email it to yourself, however you're able to get it onto your computer. If you're using this on multiple devices, you'll need to resave the mobile gestalt file for each device, as the file is unique to the device and the firmware that you're using. Once on your computer, open up Nugget. If you get a message like this, right-click on the app and select Open. If that doesn't work, open System Settings, then go into Privacy and Security and scroll down and click on Open Anyway. From there, the app should open as normal. Go ahead and plug your device into your computer. Make sure to trust your computer if you haven't done so already. And here we go. So I have an iPad on iOS 18.1.1 connected, and you can scroll through and look at some of the awesome stuff you can do. One of the headlining features that you'll see, of course, is Apple Intelligence support, which is crazy because Apple Intelligence only works on Apple Silicon devices, but with this, we can sort of get it running on non-Apple Silicon. You'll see what I mean once we get that running. You can enable a lock screen clock animation, and there's various other things you can do. Under device subtype preset, I can actually enable dynamic island for older devices, so I'm gonna do that. Because I'm using an iPad right now, I just used the Pro Max preset. I think I also wanna enable the iPhone 16 settings, and let's also try enabling Stage Manager as well. As I hinted at earlier, enabling some features for some devices causes some mixed results, and it may or may not be stable. We can also customize the lock screen text, so I'm gonna put "What's up guys?" And this is my first time using this, so I'm just enabling a bunch of random different things. I'm not gonna enable any of the internal stuff. And then once you're ready, go to the Apply section and choose the mobile gestalt file that we saved earlier. Click Apply Changes, and then from there it says all done. Your device will restart, and your device will restart to apply the changes that we just made. And here you go. You can now see that there is a dynamic island on my iPad, and we have the iPhone 16 camera control button settings. That's pretty cool, but there's a bunch of features for Nugget, so which stand out? With Nugget, you can enable the dynamic island on older devices, and this looks awesome. This definitely looks interesting to say the least on iPad, but it's awesome that this makes it possible. The island works the way you would expect it to work. However, it does look a little bit weird formatted on this iPad, and that's because no iPad has it yet. Just like with the regular island, you can toggle between different things and have multiple things in the island. So for example, the now playing, and if I want an alarm there, I can toggle between the two, and you can see that right there. In addition, we also have Stage Manager working, and that's really awesome to see as well. I think depending on what iOS version you use, you can get Stage Manager running on the iPhone as well, but I haven't been able to, at least on iOS 18. If you have an older device that has iOS 18 on it, you can turn on things like Always On Display. And you can also turn on the action button as well. That may work on iOS 17 as well, I'm not sure. But to enable this, go into your settings, go to accessibility, and scroll down until you see touch, then scroll all the way down to where you see back tap. Then from there, go to either double tap or triple tap and select the action button system action. And then go into the action button settings and select an action, and now you can see with back tap it works. As I was editing this, I realized that back tap by default allows you to do the flashlight, but this will work for other action button related actions as well. So the second coolest thing you can enable is probably the Always On Display. Apple added the Always On Display mode on the iPhone 14 series, however, you can see this is an iPhone 13 and I still have access to be able to use this feature. Of course, this won't be one-to-one, as the iPhone 14 and up has extra hardware to make this work properly, however, it looks really good. Alright, so this by far is probably the feature that people want to know about the most. What I will say about Apple Intelligence and trying to get it running on older devices is I tried this on my iPad 7th generation, and I thought it was going to be fairly straightforward. However, it's a lot more complicated than you would think. So in order to attempt to enable this, you have to be on 18.1 or later on whatever device you're trying to use. And in order for this to work properly, you will probably need to use an A12 or later device. This is because starting with the iPhone XS, Apple made a bunch of hardware and software changes, so Apple Intelligence is definitely not optimized to run on those old chipsets. So whether you have an A12 device or later, or you just want to attempt to enable it, here's how to do it. Open Nugget, and when your device is plugged in, select Eligibility. From there, click on Enable Apple Intelligence for unsupported devices. In order to download these AI models, you must spoof your device model. However, this may break Face ID until you revert back, so just make sure that you know that. Also, once you spoof your device model, do not go back into the Apple Intelligence settings menu until after you unspoof. Once you're ready to proceed, go ahead and go to the Spoof Device Model dropdown, and from there, you can choose whatever spoof device you want. Any spoof device model you go with should work. Then, once you're ready, go back to the Apply section and choose that gestalt file that we saved earlier, and then go ahead and click on Apply. Once the device restarts, you should be able to go into your settings, and then from there, Apple Intelligence and Siri, and you should see it says Join the Apple Intelligence waitlist. Go ahead and tap on Join Waitlist, and then from there, it should start downloading the Apple Intelligence model. On pre-A12 devices like my iPad 7th generation, the Apple Intelligence settings will show up and it'll walk you through how to set all of that up. However, that's kind of the extent of it. It walks me through setting up summarized notifications, but I am not able to get any of these features working on this iPad 7th generation. Even the Siri setup pops up, and it looks like it should work. It goes through all of the various different parts of the setup, and it just doesn't work. You get the old Siri UI still. Writing tools will kind of show up, and you can tap on them, and it'll either error out, give you an error message, or it'll attempt to load and nothing will happen. If you're looking to try to enable Apple Intelligence with this tool, you probably will have to try enabling it on a device that is A12 or later. The lock screen footnote text is a really cool feature as well. You could see I have it so it says, "What's up, guys?" And this is what's so cool about this tool. This is such a subtle customization thing, but it looks great. And there's even more things you can do with Nugget. So I definitely suggest scrolling through what it has to offer. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much going to do it for today's video. If this video did help you out, please make sure to hit that like button. Also, go ahead and subscribe and turn on that post notification bell so that way you never miss out on a brand new upload. Thanks everybody so much for watching. Have a good one, guys. Peace.